The arrival of autumn brings changes right across the park. And with it come plenty of opportunities for the primate care team to give their charges more unusual enrichment. The gardening team have been busy with seasonal jobs, including cutting and pruning back plants ready for the winter. These gigantic gunnera leaves have just been cut down, and rather than let them go for compost, the orangutan team have a plan. They're going to offer them up to Tuan's group of 6.
We'll see what they do. I think they're going to really enjoy it. I think Tuan will probably start eating it. If it starts raining a bit later, they might even use it as a little bit of an umbrella for themselves, as they do in the wild, because orangutans are very cleverly one of the only apes that will actually make a roof over their heads when it's raining in the rainforest. So usually use some big leaves or something like that to do it with. So yeah, we'll see how they go. I think it's going to be quite exciting for them.
Related to the rhubarb plant, the huge leaves are edible. But to encourage the group to be active, the team aren't going to make them an easy snack. They're spreading the leaves all over the enclosure, in the hope the orangutans will climb to reach them. And they've one particular individual in mind.
With Tuan, he's not the biggest one in our group, shall we say, that's into his climbing. He's an old boy now, and he is getting quite lazy sometimes on the floor, not so excited to sort of climb up really high to get his food, and he'll be happy with the food that's kind of closer to the floor or falls down from the others. So I imagine when Tuan comes out, the first thing he'll probably do is grab one of these and have a big go at it with eating it. If he likes it, I'm sure he probably will. If Tuan doesn't like eating it, I don't think the rest of them will either. But as I say, it's a new thing to them, so it'll be quite exciting to see what they all do with it.
James opens the slide to let the group out. Awan is first to the apparatus and on the lookout for food. At 10 years old, she's maturing and fast becoming a young adult, but she still has a playful side. With 3 other females in the group, she's had plenty of role models to look up to. Ame, Lucky, and Roro appear to have put past differences aside and are getting along a lot better. The group is led by Tuan, thought to be around 38 years old. He's been at Monkey World for more than 20 years, having arrived from the Pingtung Rescue Centre in Taiwan. He can be a bit lazy, which is why James and the team try to entice the whole group to climb for their food. But young Hujan is sabotaging their efforts. Not sure what to make of the large green leaves, he's throwing them to the ground. Where they're eventually received by Tuan, who then makes short work of the prickly stems.
So orangutans are obviously built to deal with quite hard, spiky plants. There's lots of spiky plants in the rainforest, and their skin is much tougher than human skin. So Tuan's doing real natural behaviours here with the gunnera. He's ripping off all of the outside with his teeth, getting to that core and then munching it up, just like they would do in the wild. So it's really good for him, watching him do natural behaviours here at the moment, yeah.
Tuan's enthusiasm confirms for the others that the giant leaves are good to eat. However, Ame has different ideas, opting to make a nest with the leaves in her favourite location. Awan still isn't sure. She looks to Tuan for guidance and perhaps a few scraps. But orangutans aren't keen on sharing.
They're quite selfish animals when it comes to food, really. The only time you see orangutans socialising in the wild is when there's a big glutton of fruit. Happens more so in Sumatra than over in Borneo. So Awan being a little bit younger, she probably hasn't got quite as tough skin as the adults in the group. So what she's doing is waiting for the adults to strip it off, and then she's going in there to try and grab a bit for herself. So quite clever and sneaky of her, really, getting out of the hard work. So we'll keep on watching her throughout the day. She might get to strip it at some point, but I think her technique's a little bit more cleverer in that way that she's doing it at the moment.
It may work with the females, but Awan has a way to go before she can fool Tuan into sharing his food. Watching the group tuck into nourishment from an unusual source has been an interesting exercise for the team. And there's enough left over to provide a shelter for a little nap. At the orangutan nursery, James has come up with a traditional winter treat for the group.
This morning we're using quite a few wintry native fruits, if you like. So we've got some nice hot cooked chestnuts here, which the guys are going to probably absolutely love. And then we've got a few medlars, which are quite squishy. I imagine they're going to be quite sweet, so they've never had those before, so we'll see whether they like those. Just putting a few in some socks and things as well, just to make it a bit more difficult for them. And then we've also got a couple of raw chestnuts as well, just to see what they do with the spikiness of them. It'll be quite interesting to see if they actually get into that or whether they just don't like it at all and just throw it away sort of thing. But I'm sure they'll love these hot chestnuts. They're going to be great, and it's quite nice on a very cold winter's day today.
There are still 5 orangutans in the nursery group. 12-year-old Sylvester should have been on his way to Basel Zoo in Switzerland by now to head up his own group. But paperwork problems have delayed his departure. Preparations, however, continue. Following a thorough health check, he's been given the all clear to travel, and crate training for the journey has been going well. Sylvester's now very relaxed going in and out of the large transport box.
Okay. Shall we meet Sylvester?
Hello.
Where is he?
And he's had a visit from one of the keepers from Basel Zoo, who'll be looking after him there. Gabriella has been spending time getting to know the young male orangutan.
Ôi, trời ơi, fijn boer.
It means he'll have a familiar face when he does eventually make the move.
We make a friendship, huh? Zo is fijn.
And it could be happening very soon, possibly within the next week.
It's all been very up and down with him, but this will probably be his last week, sadly, for us in the nursery. So we're going to try and make the most of it, give him a really, really good time, make him enjoy himself. But also on the plus side of things, it'll be a great day for him once he's there. So really looking forward to it, and just fingers crossed that everything will go the way it's supposed to go, and we'll be taking him on that journey very soon.
An indoor seasonal treat for the nursery group is the perfect way for them to come together and have some fun for what may be one of their final days together. Rika is out first and immediately starts hoovering up the feast. Oisin, as always, is more sedate. She settles down with a ripe medlar fruit, full of vitamins and loaded with fibre. Rika opts for the hot chestnuts. With clever use of her teeth, she peels off the hard outer skin to reach the warm fruit inside. The youngest in the group, 7-year-old Mimi, pesters Sylvester for some of his food. Perhaps she's hoping he'll do the hard work and peel the skin for her. Bulu Mata examines one of the chestnuts left in its prickly outer shell. He's handling it carefully, but it hasn't pricked his attention. Of all the orangutans in the nursery, Bulu will probably miss Sylvester the most when he leaves. They've become good friends and play together. But Bulu is a very different character to his more mature pal.
Bulu just makes me laugh all the time. He's so hyperactive. He's always trying to get people's attention, be it the keepers or the orangutans or even just the public when they're in looking at him through the enclosure. And he just looks very funny. So he's had a whale of a time this morning. He's been throwing all of the food about, probably playing with a lot more than actually eating it, to be honest. But he's got a world of activity inside his brain going on. He's very, very hyperactive, so he's had a very good morning.
The wintry smorgasbord of different fruits has proved a hit with everyone. Although the prickly chestnuts may be left till the end.
One of the most noticeable things I thought about this morning is how actually slow they were to eat it all. They didn't rush in because it was something new that they don't have very often. So they were a little bit more wary, tasting it, smelling it. And they've just all taken quite a long time over it, really. It's been like almost a very posh banquet, if you like, for the orangutans. So yeah, it's been a really good morning. They've all enjoyed themselves and they're all still eating lots of it now, so it's been good.
It's been a busy 24 hours for the orangutan team. Yesterday they welcomed a new arrival, 5-year-old female Cayenne. She's just spent her first night in her new home alongside 4 new housemates. They haven't had close contact yet, but that may be about to change.
So this morning, Bulu actually took quite a little bit of interest, and we're ready to start a mesh intro, hopefully, between them. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it won't be a big ball of fuzz, but we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll get on.
Bulu Mata has been kept back in one of the bedrooms in preparation for the meeting. The rest of the group have been let into the playroom and are now interested observers to the action. James opens a slide, allowing Cayenne to come through to a connecting bedroom, where Bulu is waiting.
I'll just let you two get acquainted, shall I?
To help her transition to her new home, Cayenne's previous keeper from Twycross Zoo, Vicky, is also on hand to support and reassure the young orangutan.
She's all right, isn't she, Boo? She is.
The pair are a bit wary at first, eyeing each other up from a safe distance.
We've only got the mesh contact going at the moment, obviously, because it's the very first meeting. But yeah, we'll keep this going for a little bit longer. Hopefully it'll continue to be positive, and hopefully we'll open up in a bit as well, but we'll see.
James attempts to bring them closer together by offering a few treats.
It's passing you a present, dear. Good girl, good girl. What do you think? She's got a very comical face, isn't she? Her facial expressions, I love it.
Bulu decides these treats are all his. The pair appear quite relaxed, so James poses the big question.
Think we should open up? I feel tempted to. What do you think, Vicky?
Yeah, it's difficult to know how she'll react.
I think Bulu will just go in for he'll go straight to her, I reckon, and go for a rustle. But, yeah, it depends on her reaction to him, doesn't it?
They decide to give a face-to-face meeting a try.
We're going to get it going. They're probably going to have a bit of a bundle, as they usually do. But hopefully we won't have any injuries, and they'll maybe even turn into a play session if we're really, really lucky. But we'll see how we go, yeah?
Precautions at the ready.
Right, you on the fire extinguisher, Jeremy? Right, let's do it.
James opens up, and as Bulu heads through, Cayenne is off, in the opposite direction.
She's a little bit nervous, isn't she? Bless her.
But Bulu is the perfect gentleman, taking everything nice and slow.
It's all right, isn't it?
And soon, curiosity gets the better of Cayenne, and she comes over for a closer look.
He's just getting very close to her again now, so no aggression yet. Cool, that was a good little moment, wasn't it? But no aggression levels up or anything like that. You can just tell she's very nervous and a bit worried whether he's going to do anything to her, but Bulu's taking the nice, calm approach for once, which is really great. So yeah, we'll keep this going, and hopefully she'll get a little bit more confident throughout the day.
The pair are engaging with each other and appear fairly relaxed about sharing the space. Vicky is delighted.
Really happy. Yeah, it's great. It's great to see her actually interacting with another individual, because she's been on her own for a while. And although she had mesh-to-mesh contact with the rest of the group, this is the first physical contact that she's had for quite a long time. So, it's great.
I'm really, really impressed with Bulu's behaviour. He's been a complete gentleman to her, to be honest. Total opposite to what I thought it would go, as usual. So yeah, we'll keep this going. Hopefully it'll continue to be nice. and then maybe a bit later we might think about adding another one to the mix, but we'll see how it goes. Just taking our time with it.
So far, so good. But the team don't want to push too much too soon. They'll monitor the pair for the remainder of the day before making any decisions about introducing Cayenne to the rest of the group. It's been a busy few days for one of the park's other new arrivals. 5-year-old female orangutan Cayenne has been getting to know all 4 of her new housemates. She's been introduced to each one individually, and so far, things are progressing well.
You can never predict how these things go. Sometimes they go brilliantly and go really, really fast. Sometimes they're very long-winded and take a very, very long time to sort out. This one, very pleasantly, has been really good so far. We've had no negative behaviour really as such at all to worry about. So yeah, I'll be really happy if we can get this group together this quickly. It'll be quite an achievement. And obviously the rest of the guys in this house, more importantly, will be much happier having their house back as well. And Cayenne will have a family finally to live with, so she'll be happy as Larry. So yeah, very excited about the prospect of all this going so well, so fingers crossed. Okay guys, I'm opening.
Today will be the first time the whole group has come together with Cayenne. It's too soon in the process for her to experience the nursery group's outdoor enclosure. So James is giving them access to the connecting tunnels that run from their bedrooms to the outside.
Go Mimi, go Rika.
With the girls all lined up, he tries out a cooperative drinking session.
We've got the whole group together now, so Cayenne started off being a little bit timid again at the start, a bit unsure about everything, all the new slides opening up and everyone being together, but she's suddenly got her confidence back again a bit now. Bulu's gone a little bit on the shy side again, which is how he's made his approach, to be honest, the last 2 times that he's met her. So I'm kind of just waiting for Bulu to come out of his shell a little bit again. Here he comes now. Good boy, Mr. Bulu.
The team have been delighted to see how well Cayenne is getting on with young Mimi. The pair have a lot in common.
Both Bornean and both, like, basically the same size. And, you know, of course, both are orphan girls, but, you know, it's nice that they're all learning how to interact with each other and respect the fact that different people have different opinions. It's the key to this whole orangutan nursery crest situation that they all learn to socialize and get along with each other. Even though orangutans are semi-solitary in captivity, it's much better if they can deal with each other and have good manners and behavior. And so far, we're doing pretty good.
But Cayenne still has a lot to learn.
Really does it a lot to her as well.
Good girl, Oisin.
Especially where matriarch Oisin is concerned.
You don't get the message, do you, though?
I just don't know whether she wants her attention or if or is she trying to annoy her. It certainly doesn't back her off.
Are you sure?
Oh, Sheen. All of these people are so annoying.
Was that your idea to have all these kids?
Cayenne may need to acquire more skills when it comes to social etiquette, but so far the youngster has taken everything in her stride.
Really, really happy with how it's gone. She's got her confidence up completely with all of them. Bulu's still acting quite shy around her, but also very interested, and he's come up with cooperative feed. So a few minutes ago, I actually had the whole group all in a line, all cooperatively having some juice from me, which was really fantastic to see. I didn't think I'd get to that point so soon. So yeah, fantastic for Cayenne and fantastic for all the orangs in the nursery. So yeah, she's lots to learn, lots of exploring to do. So yeah, I think she's going to have a good old home here.
It's been just over 3 weeks since 5-year-old orangutan Cayenne arrived at the park from Twycross Zoo. She's making great progress and has now met the entire nursery group.
Cayenne's doing really well. She's spending more and more time with the group all together. They're not always together overnight at the moment, just to be on the safe side while we're not around. But she's getting on really well, particularly with Rika and Bulu. Mimi is slightly more difficult. Sometimes she thinks Cayenne's wonderful. Sometimes she'd like Cayenne to step away from Oisin because she's her mum. But yeah, we're getting there, and Cayenne's a right little character, so hopefully it'll all go well in the future.
The introductions have been taking place inside, allowing the team the opportunity to undertake some renovations outside, involving both the tunnel system and the outdoor enclosure. After 2 weeks inside, the group are keen to go outdoors. But for Cayenne, it's a step into the unknown.
We have to be a little bit cautious letting them out because she is a very clever individual. We can never second guess an orangutan, so we need to assume that she's going to break everything. And as such, we need to make sure everything is Cayenne-proof, Oisin-proof, Mimi-proof, Bulu-proof and Rika-proof. And we have a new unknown quantity, so we've got to be a bit careful.
To begin with, the team are going to let Cayenne out alongside Rika and Bulu. This trio have become really good friends in a short space of time.
Good morning, guys. Out you come. Good boy, Bulu.
Rika leads the way along the tunnel leading to the outdoor enclosure. Cayenne isn't far behind.
Are you ready for some monsters?
When the slide opens, there's no sign of nerves from the newcomer. She's first out, full of confidence and eager to explore.
Cayenne is the first one out, and she seems to be very chill about the whole thing.
Cayenne looks quite at home, settling into one of the hammocks, tucking into a healthy breakfast, and casting an eye over her new surroundings. Orangutans are often food-orientated, and peace rules while the trio tuck in. But once Cayenne has had her fill, she's off exploring again, using all the apparatus and even climbing to the very top platform.
So from the top of the orangutan enclosure for the nursery, you can see quite a way around the park. So I think it's quite nice for her to be able to put some faces to the names. She can probably actually see the gibbons for the first time. She can see Tuan's group across the road, and she can probably see into the squirrel monkey enclosure as well. So she's probably been quite curious about all her new neighbours.
With Cayenne looking really settled, Rachel decides to let Oisin and Mimi join in the fun. Although she's almost 8 years old, Mimi is still possessive when it comes to sharing the attentions of her surrogate mum, Oisin. And she can be the same when it comes to the primate care staff too. But Cayenne remains unaffected, even heading back to the tunnels every so often and receiving a reward from Rachel.
I'm really happy with how it's gone this morning. Cayenne's shown us that she can come back into the tunnels from the enclosure, which gives us hope that she might come in this evening for dinner. It's always a bit of a concern when they go out for the first time. They might like it so much they don't want to come back in. We've got the rest of the afternoon to work on that, but I'm pretty confident she'll come back in.
It's been a good morning with the group all outside together, and even a change in the weather doesn't dampen their fun. There are 3 groups of orangutans at the park, 2 adult groups native to Borneo, and the nursery group, consisting of both Bornean and Sumatran orangs. In the wild, orangutans, particularly the males, are a semi-solitary species, but at the park, members of the individual groups coexist well. Today, Tuan's group of 6 are outside enjoying the warm weather and snacking on whatever they can forage. The big male leader is tucking into a large bulb of fennel, while Ame has found some browse, something all orangutans love to eat. A variety of greens are on the menu today, which keep the orangs busy processing their meal, and provides fibre, which is good for their gut health. The enclosure is spacious, giving the group plenty of room and lots to do if they're in the mood. Lucky demonstrates her abseiling skills on one of the hoses. Awan is in a playful mood, practicing her roly-polies and flirting with the big male. The youngest member of the group is 6-year-old Hujan, And wherever he is, Roro won't be far away. This morning, they're sat in Ame's favourite spot, and the 29-year-old female isn't happy about it. A few stern looks and Roro and Hujan get the message, leaving Ame to settle down and watch the world go by. Hujan is always happy to entertain himself. He's made great progress since arriving at the park. Born at Krefeld Zoo in Germany, his mother was seriously ill after giving birth, and when she recovered, rejected the newborn. He was hand-reared by staff, but despite multiple attempts to integrate him with the rest of his family, things didn't work out. So when he was just 2 years old, Monkey World stepped in and offered him a home.
It was a completely new world of fun for him, so we put him into Tuan's group. All of the ladies over there absolutely adored him. Pretty much, I think every one of them turned themselves upside down when they first met him for him to climb aboard and have a really nice play session. And even Tuan's really respected him being in the group as well. So he's had a lovely, lovely time over there.
4 years on from his arrival, there are big plans afoot for Hujan. He's growing up fast. Leader Tuan doesn't currently interact with him much, but it's well documented adult male orangutans don't mix well together. Plus, as the young male matures, his attitude towards the females is developing.
Hujan's getting to that age where he's starting to get interested a bit more in the females. He's not bothering Tuan too much, and Tuan hasn't really showed any aggression towards him in any way at all. But we do have to bear in mind that it's probably time for him to move over to the nursery. So it's kind of a little bit of a strange one with this, because obviously nursery is normally for the baby orangutans, but this way around it's going to be almost secondary school for him. It's a long way to go here, but fingers crossed this is going to happen and he'll have a good new time over in the nursery.
He'll be joining 4 other youngsters there: Bulu Mata, Rika, Mimi, and new arrival Cayenne. It should be a good fit for Hujan, who still likes nothing better than playing and having fun. For the past 2 weeks, the primate care team have been training Hujan to come and go along the tunnel connecting the nursery enclosure.
Hujan. Good job, buddy.
It's important that when the time comes to move him, he goes of his own accord. Today, primate care member Kat is giving him some target training.
But at the moment, all I'm doing is just reinforcing, go where the stick is, and you'll get a treat for it.
Hujan has been doing training sessions with the others since he arrived, but target training is more focused and will encourage him to follow the stick when moving down the tunnel.
Hujan. Oh, I've got a right party, Ame.
The training is entirely voluntary, and today, most of the group have decided they want to have a go too.
Tuan. It's also quite good for them to have a bit of stimulus and something a bit different just to break up the day.
Everyone is keen to join in.
Lucky.
When the time comes for James and the rest of the orangutan team to move Hujan, he should be well prepared for the short journey to his new home. It's been less than 24 hours since 6-year-old orangutan Hujan made the short journey from Tuan's enclosure to his new home with the nursery group, and it's been full on from the moment he stepped inside. He's now living alongside 4 youngsters, plus matriarch Oisin, who's been surrogate mum to them all. It's quite different from the adult company he experienced residing with Tuan and his group of females. And at first, Hujan was a little overawed.
He was here for a good couple of hours just getting his bearings and things. And I think he went into a little bit of a shock moment where he suddenly realised where he is and not in a brand new building, he didn't know any of the orangs, and suddenly he's faced with all the other orangutans in here. And then we decided to try and cheer him up. We'd let Oisin in because she was paying a lot of attention at him through the mesh. And then suddenly he came out of it and he seemed absolutely fine. I think he just wanted some comfort from another orangutan. So now it's just a case of just letting him to relax a little bit really in the house, trying to make it a nice positive place for him. And then we're going to start on intros with the other guys as soon as possible really. So we'll just see how he gets on.
Today, Hujan and Oisin have the run of the large indoor playroom and a couple of the bedrooms. while the rest of the group have access to the outdoor tunnels and the large enclosure. Oisin isn't the most active of orangutans, but always livens up when there's food about. And James is about to give the matriarch and her new charge their morning meal. Feeding time at the nursery is very different to Hujan's experience with Tuan's group, and he's having to adjust.
This is a completely new building for Hujan, very different to the last building that he lived in. One of the big changes is that there's an upstairs to here, so when we go up on the roof, he's not used to us being above him, so that's making him be a little bit wary during food times, but obviously we're usually up there feeding them, so then it ends up with a positive thing afterwards with the food coming down to him. So there's lots and lots of new things for him to get used to, but let's see how he copes. I think he's a very well-rounded individual, so I think he's going to do well.
So well, in fact, James thinks the youngster is ready to take the next step in his journey. He prepares to give them access to some of the tunnel system. The tunnel's segregated to avoid physical contact with the others for now. Oisin appreciates the move and shows she can shift a bit, when so inclined. However, Hujan is content to have the playroom all to himself. His new nursery home is the perfect playground for captive orangutan youngsters to grow up and learn how to act and socialise with others of their own kind. Monkey World has been the European creche for orphaned orangutans for more than a decade, and over this period, the staff have helped many infants develop in confidence, supported by a number of foster mums. But there comes a day when the youngsters outgrow the nursery, and it's time to move on.
The main reason behind this nursery really is to try and get these orangutans to grow up in a normal way, to act like orangutans, and so that they can then learn as much as they can before they reach that sort of age of sexual maturity. And then when they do go off to other places, it will make it much, much better when they meet all these new orangutans that they'll be around in perhaps another place, and hopefully they'll get on with them and know what to do, know how to behave and all of that sort of stuff. And if they don't learn that, things can go wrong quite badly.
One of the park's most recent graduates is adult male Sylvester. A few months ago, he made the long journey to a new home and life at Basel Zoo in Switzerland. He now has his own small group consisting of female Maya and her daughter, 5-year-old Padma. The trio appear to be getting on well together, but things aren't going entirely to plan. Sylvester is content in his comfy nest up high in one of the tunnels at the orangutan house, and isn't inclined to leave it. He'll only emerge for food and drink, and is yet to venture outside.
In the beginning he was very active, very okay, and then after a few weeks he decided that he needs a bit more time, and he settled down in his nest, and he's active, but he's not running around, and at the moment we're trying to convince him to go outside to enjoy the beautiful outside exhibits we have, but so far we didn't succeed. But we're still working on it, and we're giving him time so he can do it on his own pace.
It's a big day for one of the park's youngest residents. 6-year-old male orangutan Hujan is due to make the short journey from his current home in Tuan's group to join the youngsters in the nursery. The primate care team have worked hard training him for just this moment and are hoping it'll pay off.
We started off getting him fully to the tunnel. We did that quite a few times first of all, so he was confident with it. Then we opened up the slides and got him used to going inside the tunnel, so he was falling about in there. It did help that we had a tree growing over the tunnel at the time with a lot of fresh browse, which he was thoroughly enjoying at the very top of the tunnel, making it a very positive place to be. And then we went further, so we then went to get him all the way into the enclosure, into the nursery. Had a little bit of a go by himself in the actual nursery enclosure, still allowing him back to Tuan's house, not closing any of those slides to scare him off. So it was all in his own time. So I think now is the time that he does need to graduate and come over to his secondary school nursery building and meet all of his new mates.
With Hujan growing up fast, which could cause conflict with big male Tuan, the team think it's the right time for him to have fun with orangutans of a similar age. He's been mothered by Roro while at Twan's, but now he'll meet Oisin, matriarch of the nursery group. This morning, Hujan has been let out on his own, without the distraction of the adults. It's the first step in the plan to persuade him into the tunnel system connecting Twan's enclosure to the nursery enclosure.
Good boy, you're a good boy. Well done. Go. Oh, good boy. Good boy.
James is using a target stick to encourage Hujan and rewarding him with tasty treats.
Hujan, come here.
The weeks of training have paid off. He's straight into the tunnel.
Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Some more? Good boy. Oh, yeah. Now let's go over to the other side, shall we?
Hujan climbs up confidently and makes his way across. He's made the trip a few times already, so knows where he's going. What he doesn't know is, this time, he won't be making a return journey.
Come on, honey. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Good boy, Hujan.
The next step is to coax Hujan out of the nursery enclosure and into the tunnel connecting the nursery bedrooms. Something he's never done before. That's when he'll see his new housemates. Unfortunately, Hujan's having too much fun doing what he loves best, venturing right to the top of the climbing frame, and no amount of treats can entice him down.
Still got a fair way to go with this, so yeah, let's see what happens. Come on then, Huge.
After a lot of encouragement and patience,
Hujan, come on.
Hujan eventually comes down, and with the prospect of a few more goodies, he's encouraged into the tunnel.
Good boy, Hujan. Quite a major step getting him into the actual tunnel system of the nursery. And yeah, we'll commence with introductions as soon as possible. But we'll judge the reaction from the rest of the guys first, see what they think of him, see who's interested and who's not, and then we'll go from there.
While Hujan tucks into some grapes, James opens the slide to the nursery bedrooms. Hujan's new housemates are on the other side, waiting for him. He won't meet them straight away, but he'll be able to see and hear them. It's a big step for the young orangutan, who's used to having Roro close by. But he will have the familiar faces of the care staff to reassure him.
Good boy, Hujan.
The youngster's a little wary at first, especially when he catches a glimpse of big boy Bulu Mata. But James keeps everyone calm with drinks and snacks.
Are you all right? I know. You'll be okay. I think we're going to spend the rest of the day just keeping everyone nice and happy, giving them lots of exciting enrichment and rewards and treats to make Hujan realise it's a positive place to be. And then hopefully tomorrow morning we will crack on with one of the intros with one of them. At the moment I'm thinking possibly Bulu actually. Being the only male in this house, if those two hit it off, then it should hopefully bode well for the rest of the intros with the rest of the group.
Hujan has coped really well with the move, going at his own pace with support from James.
He's a good boy. It's not too scary in here.
And his new housemates have been curious, but not alarming. James decides to let them outside to get rid of some pent-up energy, leaving Hujan to take in his new home. It's been quite a year for the orangutan nursery group. An established male member of the group left for pastures new, and a fun-loving female arrived to join the gang. There's also been a house move for one of the park's youngsters. Hujan made the short journey from Twan's adult group to become part of the nursery and get to know orangutans closer to his age.
He's actually doing really, really well. I mean, he's playing with everyone. It's really keeping the nursery in a really good frame of mood. Oisin has taken an absolutely massive liking to him as well. So yeah, he's doing really, really well.
Hujan's integration was also helped along by an early friendship with Cayenne, who's just a couple of weeks younger. She arrived from Twycross Zoo after being rejected by the other orangutans there when her mother died. Cayenne is loving life in the nursery group and has also struck up a close bond with Rika.
Cayenne is doing very well for herself. I mean, she came to us, she'd been through an awful ordeal of losing her mother at quite a detrimental age as well. Massive ordeal, big emotions for her. So when she first came here, we expected her, to be honest, to be a little bit sad, maybe a little bit quiet, but it was the complete opposite. She is completely cheeky little thing. She was causing all sorts of mischief. However, everyone pretty much seemed to love her in here, and she's doing very, very well for herself considering her age.
Play for these youngsters is a vital part of building bonds and learning life skills, including socialising with others as they reach maturity.
All of our guys in the nursery are generally orphans, so they haven't had that attachment to their mother and aren't able to learn all the things that they need to learn off their mother, which is an awful lot of things in a wild scenario, but also lots of things in captive world as well. Particularly with the socialisation side of things, they are a solitary animal at the end of the day, so they're not really made to have social times. But when they're younger, they do have a playful character. They like a lot of play, so it teaches them how to kind of behave in a group scenario as well.
It's an important part of growing up for these orphans, especially if they ever have babies of their own.
Some of our last lot have gone through and gone off to other zoos and have had babies and are looking at them themselves, which is just fantastic news. It shows that this whole process does work. So the more orangutans like kind of in this scenario, really, the more they've got to learn, the more they'll educate themselves and the better off they'll be for the future.
The team's hard work equipping their charges with the right skills has paid off in recent years, with a number of nursery residents graduating and starting their own families at other centres around Europe. Xiao Ning now has 2 children to care for at Rostock Zoo in Germany. Kai and Jolie have welcomed their own infant, Membelai, in Spain. And more recently, Sylvester left to head up his own group in Basel Zoo in Switzerland. He's now settled in, finally joining his new small troop in their outdoor enclosure.
We're very, very happy. Me personally, I'm ecstatic, to be honest, to hear the news that Sylvester's finally gone outside and he's getting to actually enjoy that absolutely enormous, amazing enclosure that they've got out there. So pleased to hear that Sylvester's getting on very well in Basel Zoo. It's really great.